Hi everyone. I wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up on how you can successfully complete question 2 for document A. There are 3 parts to question 2. The first part, figuring to the nearest 100 miles how far would cotton goods have to travel to get from Tullum to Bonham-Pack. The second part, how much of this journey would be by sea, and the third part, by land. So what it's asking, if possible, how far do you have to go by sea and by land, and what is the total distance? In order to do this, you're going to have to successfully locate the sea trade routes and the land trade routes in the legend, and then locate them on your map. As you can see, there are quite a few options. Maybe. The second thing that you're going to need to do is locate your scale. What you will need to do is find Tullum and Bonham-Pack. Have you guys found it yet? Bonham-Pack is pretty much the very southern central portion of the Yucatan Peninsula, and Tullum is very north in the Yucatan Peninsula. Now what it might look like, everybody, is that the best way to get from Tullum to Bonham-Pack would be to travel south and then travel inland. The downside with this is, if, much like today's standards, if you don't see a route to it, that means it doesn't exist, therefore you can't use it. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to trace the route all the way around, and then you will have to head southeastish down the land route to get to Bonham-Pack. Now what it's asking is to measure the distance. You're basically going to use this scale and match it to the entire route. Now your answer might vary a little bit, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So to get from Tullum to Bonham-Pack, first you'll go by land, first you'll go by sea, and then you'll go by land. I'm going to be handing out compasses here if I haven't done so already. I want you to look at how I've matched up my points from tip to tip. So where the 0 is on the scale, that's where one of my tips goes. And then where it says 100 miles, that's where the other tip goes. And then I keep my compass at that length for the whole measurement. What's kind of cool about this is still to this day how a lot of people by sea or by land choose to figure out navigational distances. What you will do is you'll start at Tullum, you'll put the tip on Tullum, and then if you can look, I match my pencil tip as best as I can to part of the sea route. So that's 1 right there. That's 100 miles from tip to tip. Then, leaving the 1 point in place, I adjust a little. That's 200. Then, do the same thing. That's 300. Do you guys notice how I am going straight on the route I've been given? I'm not deviating from it as best as I can, and I'm also not missing any space really. So you're going to keep doing that. Now keep in mind, there are 3 parts. It wants to know the total, then it wants to know how far by sea and how far by land. To successfully answer that question, you'll need to do those 3 things. Hopefully, this is enough to get you started. Just remember to keep your compass at the same distance as the scale is giving you.